Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. My name is Leah. I'm the creator behind Thrifty Day. Today's episode is going to be a very special journal with me. I feel like an after-school special when I say that. But my youngest daughter is going away to college in exactly 7 days. We spent our last afternoon at the happiest place on earth, and I wanted to document it in my journal. Disneyland was and will always be a very special place in my heart, especially with Abby. And so it was very wonderful and emotional to make this particular layout. I actually made this journal with that little girl in that frame on the cover, anticipating this very week that is approaching. So these are some of the pictures from our day. And these are some beautiful cards sent to me from Stacy Costner. And they are just so cute. And this little girl with the camera, oh my gosh. Abby always has her camera because she's a photographer. So I just have lots of special pieces and some odds and ends from our day. That lollipop ephemera was actually this lollipop, I guess, container they sell at Disneyland now. I actually bought it to put all of my pressed pennies in. And I think I'm going to add these other pressed pennies that I just keep in a bag that I forgot to put in there. My oldest daughter went to Walt Disney World this summer and brought them back for me. So I guess now is a good time to use them. And of course, I'm going to put my tickets onto the layout. This popcorn bag was sent to me in some Happy Mail. I also have some book page scraps from previous collections and more Happy Mail. I am just so excited to do this layout. And I think I'm going to also use these clear sticker photo holders so that I don't cover all of the beautiful vintage ephemera. And so I'm just going to find a page and get started. I want to make sure I pick a page where there's enough room for me to do as many things in it as I want. This was a YouTube that I had made, a DIY from one of our last Disneyland trips. I made that little journal out of the guide map and I just put it in this clear pocket. So I think what I'll do is just add on to the pages around it. Then that will make sense. The flow will be nice. So as with every journal with me layout, I always reach for the biggest pieces of ephemera first. I love that really cute Disney advertising page. I want to say that was sent to me from Jessica's Junk Journals. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm just going to glue it right onto this large layout adjacent to that really cute DIY guide map album. If you wanted to see the DIY for that album, it's really simple and I will be sure to link it down below. I posted it here on YouTube not that long ago. So I'm just going to tear off the excess and I don't do a very good job, but it's okay. I just end up covering it up with some trim a little bit later in the episode. So it's no big deal. It's a junk journal, right? We just make it all work. So I'm very excited to do this layout. As I mentioned before, Disneyland is very, very special to me and to my family. And I know it's very special to a lot of families. And so this is likely the last time we will go to Disneyland as a family until Abby visits again. And we can all get there probably not until the holidays, maybe Christmas. So it was just important to us to go. Abby actually was a child actress for a long time. So she actually shot Disney commercials and we've actually as a family been contracted for Disney. You can actually see us crafting over on Disney Family Sundays on Disney Plus. That seems like so many years ago now, but we just have a lot of very special memories as a family. And so getting back to Disneyland and seeing a lot of very special places, it just was emotional for me. And so doing this layout was both really emotional, happy, sad, it's just all of it. I guess that's just how life is though, right? And my oldest daughter, Lizzie, is starting her first year as a special education teacher. There's just a lot of change in our family. And I know I keep talking about that, throughout my YouTubes. It's a common topic for me, but it's just, my life isn't just in a very big sort of change. And it's all good. It's all good stuff. It's just a lot of very big things. And it's always all at the same time, which again, I guess that's just life, right? So I'm going to add all of those pennies. Like I said, they're Walt Disney World because my daughter Lizzie brought them back for me when she went to Walt Disney World this summer. But that's okay. To me, it's Disney. It's cohesive enough. And I'm just using tape to put them right onto the layout. That's always how I add my pressed pennies and coins and tokens and vintage metal. I just think Scotch tape works great. And you can see through it and it's easy and it stays. I've never had anything fall off. So Scotch tape for the win. How do you put your metal pieces like this, like little souvenir things? Do you add them to your junk journal? And if you do, how do you do it? I would love to know. I always think it's interesting. I love watching other YouTubes to see other people's process videos. I just find it very, very interesting. So I'm going to add some pictures. I was really happy I had those clear photo pockets so that all of that really cute vintage ephemera didn't get covered, and I can just stick the pictures in and out. So true story time. I have been an annual pass holder. I mean, not totally consecutively, but on and off since I was about 9 years old. My very first annual pass, which I think I've done a layout for before, somewhere here on YouTube. If you look under my process videos, I do have a playlist. My very first Disneyland annual pass was laminated. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember them taking the picture. I remember them cutting out my face, putting it on to the little card and running it through the laminator and handing it to me. I still have it. It's magical. And I'm about 9 years old. I think I'm 9. I'd have to look at the date on there, but it's definitely the 80s. And so yeah, I have been a Disney kid literally since I was born. It was very important to my parents. In fact, my parents spent their honeymoon at the Disneyland Hotel. I'm telling you, deep roots for Thrifty Day over at Disneyland. So let me know in the comments if you are a Disneyland goer or if you're a Walt Disney World goer. I've never been to Walt Disney World. What a dream to go. I was so excited when my older daughter got to go this summer. She loved it. It was magical. But I'm just a Disneyland girly, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every time I get to walk through those gates. Every single time. The magic never goes away, and I'm grateful and appreciative, and I feel so privileged to be able to go as often as I do. I absolutely will never and have never taken it for granted. So anyway, if you are enjoying this video, please be so kind as to like this video. I would appreciate that so much. I love creating these videos, and so it means a lot to me when you like the video, and especially if you comment. Being able to engage and chit chat with you in the comments is always a lot of fun. If you are new, be sure to say hello so we can connect. And if you are looking for additional content, lives 3 times a week, digitals, happy mail, all that good stuff can be found on Patreon, and that is linked in the description box down below. So I guess this is a relatively new souvenir at Disneyland. I had never seen it. I had seen it like on TikTok. People were like talking about it. It's like a giant lollipop saver. I don't know. I don't buy the giant lollipops. I could probably count on my hands how many times I've actually purchased one of those at Disneyland. But I loved that it looked like a big Disneyland balloon. And so when I saw it, it was at Bing Bong's Sweet Shop in California Adventure. I thought there must be a way I can use this. There just must be. Like, because it's so cute, I just had to have it, but I didn't want to like just buy it to have it. I wanted to like justify my purchase. So when I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I could put all my pressed pennies in there. They can hold all my pressed pennies, and I love buying the souvenir coins. I buy them all the time. So I was like, that's it. That's what I'm doing. So I bought it. But I love the packaging too. So like I said, by the way, earlier, those vintage cards were from Stacy Costner on Instagram. She makes beautiful journals. Be sure to check her out. She sent me those vintage Disneyland cards, and one of them has a little girl with a camera. Oh my gosh. If you know my Abby, you know she's a photographer and a videographer, and she often takes her camera with her to Disneyland. And so I had to staple that to the picture of her taking a picture of the Mickey's Fun Wheel. Gosh, Stacy, I literally almost cried stapling that to the top of the picture. I can't thank you enough. It was just so absolutely thoughtful and kind for you to send me those Disneyland vintage game pieces. So thank you. And now I'm just adding all of the odds and ends. I'm going to add some washi tape right down the center so nothing lifts. How cute are those vintage book pages, by the way? Like, those were just scraps from like crafting things I had done. Isn't that picture of Steve and Abby? Oh my gosh, I can't get my children's name right. Raise your hand if you can't get your children's, your dog, your pets, your cat's names right. I'm telling you, I just can't. Anyway, that picture of Abby and Steve is adorable. And now I'm going to add my tickets right there to the side. How cute are the Disneyland tickets? I think those are adorable. I just want to add some washi tape to the middle so that they don't lift too. And I'm going to add this really cute Elliot sticker. It is from Mare Bear Press. I believe you can find her on Instagram. And it's Elliot. Pete's Dragon's my absolute favorite. These were some tags from some keychains I purchased. They were the Porg and Tauntaun keychains from Galaxy's Edge. They were so cute, had to have them. I'm a big Star Wars fan. So I just grabbed my roll of tickets, I staple it to them, and I place it right down into that little popcorn bag. That way I can keep them. And later on, if for some reason I wanted to do some journaling, I could even do that on the back of the tickets. Honestly, I didn't do any written journaling. I'm a little bit too emotional about this right now. And so you'll see later on towards the end of this YouTube, I actually use a lot of the Tim Holtz word stickers to just sort of write or stick words around the layout, but I did not do written journaling. And that was purposeful and intentional. I just didn't want to. I just kind of wanted to enjoy doing the layout because I knew writing about it would probably make me emotional. I do also have a mental health journal that I write a couple of sentences in every night. So I actually did write a little bit in there. So I'm not bottling it in. It is getting written about, but just not for this layout. I kind of just wanted to enjoy it and be creative, even though there's that little sort of edge of like sadness, but also happy, but also sad, but also scared, but also all the things. So I did write about it, but just not on this layout. And this postcard was from Jan. Thank you, Jan. I absolutely love this postcard. I had to include it. It was just so sweet. And then this little pennant was actually from Mare Bears Press also. I got it at Dapper Day when we had a meetup for Thrifty Day. And I'm just going to stick that to the side of the page because Main Street is a very special place for me and Abby specifically. So I had to stick that on there. And this is one of those collector souvenir coins for Pixar Pals Fest. And it is joy and sadness. And I've always joked with Abby since she was little. Whenever we'd go to Disneyland, I'd always say, Abby, you're the joy to my sadness. So I had to put that coin on there as well. Oh, y'all, I'm going to cry just looking at this. Anyway, I put that picture of Abby and Steve in there. And this layout is just making me so happy right now. So as I was flipping back and forth, I realized I had a few of those pressed pennies left. And I thought, you know what, why don't I just stick them all over the page? I'm not going to give them away or probably use them. If I need to, I can just take them off the page. So I just end up sticking the rest of them all over the rest of the layout. I know it's totally chaotic and busy, but it's okay. That sort of is very representative of me and my style and my life in general, I think, honestly. So now you see me adding the stickers. I went ahead and put it on fast forward because it did take me a while, but they say things like believe in daydreams, documented, don't forget to fly, adventure awaits, believe in yourself, explore, dream, discover, believe in magic, dreamer of dreams, a beautiful world, just really sweet little sentiments. And so adding them just felt good. It was just such a sweet little touch rather than doing a lot of written journaling that I just don't know that I can really handle right now. So thank you, Tim Holtz, for having these adorable little sentiments that I could add all over the journal layout. So that is my completed layout. I love it. I'm so excited that I was able to wrap up this whole experience with a layout that I feel is just happy. There's a lot of happiness on these pages. And I'm getting emotional just looking at it now, even as I do the VO. But this is why we memory keep. This is why. Because now these moments are locked onto this page forever. And every time I open it, I will remember just how happy and filled with an overwhelming amount of magic and love I feel right now. So thank you for watching. If you made it here to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Thank you for being a part of my community. I'm always humbled by your kindness, your support, your comments, and I hope you have a really magical day. So until the next video, do everything you can to be creative. Don't be afraid to be messy. Don't be afraid to be cluttered and chaotic. Sometimes that's a vibe and a style. I can attest to that. So I hope you have a really great day and thank you so much for watching. Bye.